We're going to get into the topic, Mark, of mediation this week, something we have discussed before that certainly needs, to be talked about, I think, and stressed, right?
I think so. I think mediation is a very important way to find solution, right? So a lot of people think, there's a dispute, we have to go to court. We got to litigate, we got to drop the gloves, we got to fight, right? There's a show on Netflix right now called Suits. I don't know if anybody out there has watched it. It's an interesting television show. It's very entertaining. However, I like to analogize it to HGTV is to real estate as Suits is to the law. It's not reality. You can't buy and flip a house in a half an hour.
It keeps coming up. My sister's recommended. Like, she likes to watch Netflix on the family TV on the couch, and it just always shows up.
I told it. I just said as soon as we were watching something, it said, "Do you want to watch Suits next? Suits coming up in 30 seconds." And I should click no.
It wants you to.
I don't want to watch.
It knows you want to.
Well, I don't. It must know, right? The intelligence. Does that mean I'm going to like this show?
It's entertaining. I will say, one of my sons is watching it, and I'll pop in and out, and it's entertaining. It frustrates me because of the fact that I wonder if people think this is real.
Yeah, I mean, you are an attorney.
Right. And it, again, just as the real estate agents get frustrated watching HGTV because there's hard parts. I said to my son, I'm like, I hope you don't think this is what the practice of law is like. I mean, they're not showing any of the really boring parts, right? Yeah. But these folks are litigators, and they're fighters, and they're drop the gloves, and every second they can, they're fighting somebody.
It's all objection, stuff like that.
It's worse. This show, I mean,
drama,
again,
I get it.
Entertaining. However, they're dropping gloves at every turn, every single turn, and that's what's keeping the eyeballs on the show. It's not reality, though, and it's not the future. And I really believe that the generations coming up understand that. Like, this is dinosaur behavior. This is primitive behavior. This is something that as the brain starts to develop, people are going to realize this is not how we solve issues. Now, granted, there is a need for litigators, right? Car accident. Insurance companies aren't going to just turn over the policy. You're going to need to hire an attorney to work with the insurance company to get what you need, right? Understood. And if you need that, we can help you save time and find the right people for that. However, we believe that mediation, alternative dispute resolution, is the new term coming forward. You're seeing a lot of business schools and law schools teaching these courses, and I encourage that. I encourage folks to take these classes. It teaches great skills in negotiation when you're talking about mediation, but you're bringing in a neutral intermediary. You're bringing in a third party that allows you to be heard, and I think that's what most people are looking for. They want to be heard. They want their day in court, and when you talk about your day in court, we do a video on our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and plug in the prompt Styles Law Mediation, the visual is much better. You take a piece of paper and you say, okay, I'm going to tell my spouse, my closest friends. You fold that in half. That's what you're going to tell them. You fold it again. I'm going to tell my colleagues, my neighbors. You fold it again. This is what I'm actually going to tell my attorney. Fold it again, and you can imagine how small this is. And that's the amount of information your attorney is going to be able to convey to the other side or to the judge. Not you. Your attorney's conveying it. Here, you have a confidential setting. You're in a conference room, and you're heard, and you're listening, right? You go in. One of the things we say at the beginning of a consultation is you must have the mindset of, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe what I'm thinking, maybe what I'm coming here with, my I am, as Dr. Joe would suggest, when I'm coming to this conversation, maybe, just maybe, I'm wrong. Now, it's not therapy. Both parties need to decide, like, this is something that needs to be terminated, right? Whether it's a marriage, a business partnership, sometimes real estate partners have a dispute. Maybe there's a probate dispute. We talked about Aretha Franklin. I bet they would have saved a lot of money had they went directly to a mediator and didn't pay millions of dollars to the law firm of Suits, right? Specter and Lit, or whatever the name of that law firm is. Shout out to Suits. But they go in knowing this is a business decision. How are we going to save time, money, and energy? Because the energy is real, right? When you're in litigation, you're living in fear. You're living in anxiety. You're waiting for the next hammer to drop, the next doorbell to ring with a sheriff getting ready to ask you to do other things. In this, it's a speedier thing. It's informal but confidential. Nobody knows about it. It's fast. It saves a tremendous amount of money. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you're probably still going to be friends. When you litigate, the chance of staying friends is 0 to 0.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know.
Screaming. It's like, it can't be fun.
No.
So think about mediation. A lot of people ask about it. The video is really comprehensive on our YouTube channel that explains it. But both parties have to agree to it, you know. But remember, the only folks that are really, truly making money in litigation are the attorneys on suits.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Time, energy, and money is saved tremendously when you're mediating, and you remain friends. So check it out. There it is.
No, I don't want to watch it, Netflix.
It knows you do, though.
Do you want to watch Suits?
No, I'm just going back to the
Is that
homepage, look for someone else.
Oh, is that the one where Meghan Markle was on there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, all right. So forget about Suits. We'll go to Styles Law on
Yes.
139 in Marshfield.
Yeah, not Spectre Law, Styles Law.
No.
Yes.
Styles.
We're finding solutions. We're not dropping gloves.
All right. And that's styles-law.com.
It is.
All right. Check it out. And Mark, if people want to get in touch with you, they can do so through the website or just give a phone call to you, right?
That's right. You can call us at 781-319-1900, 781-319-1900, and the concierge will put you in touch with the appropriate folks, whether it's estate planning, whether it's real estate, or whether it's mediation. And if it's something else, we'll talk it through, we'll issue spot, and we'll land you with the right attorney to save you time, money, and energy.
Check out their YouTube, too. Good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Stuff on
Charlie.
there.
Styles Law, styles-law.com. We do Feel Good Friday every Friday right after the news at 9 on 95.9 WATD. Mark Styles, thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Have a great week, everybody.